All right, so you did it. You finished school, you landed the job, and now it's time for week one as a data engineer. It's a huge deal. It's exciting, maybe a little bit terrifying, but trust me, you are ready for this. Does this sound familiar? That little voice in your head wondering if all that theory is actually going to cut it in the real world? Well, if you're feeling that, you are so not alone. It's pretty much the official theme song for every new grad's first day. So, to walk through this, let's meet someone who's right there with you. This is Maya. She's a recent grad, super smart, aced her classes, but yeah, she's got those first stage hitters, big time. Her journey is going to be our roadmap here. And bam, she gets her first assignment, and it's a pretty hefty one. Build a real-time data pipeline. Now, I know, that sounds like a lot, right? But here's the secret. Think of it less like a final exam and more like your first big quest. And for any quest, you need a good toolkit. For Maya, and probably for you too, that's going to be Microsoft Fabric. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so the very first thing Maya sees is the Fabric Lakehouse. You can think of this as her mission control, the cockpit. Everything she needs, getting data, building things, writing code, it's all right here in one spot. No more flipping between a million different apps. And here's maybe the biggest relief you'll feel all day. You are not expected to be a master of everything. Fabric is built for a whole team. You've got data scientists like Renee who live in code. You've got business users like Akko who prefer visual tools. As a new data engineer, Maya's probably going to hang out with Spark, kind of like Adam. The big idea is everyone's playing in the same sandbox, just with their favorite toys. All right, first things first. Where does Maya even begin? Well, step one is what we call ingestion. It sounds kind of technical, but all it really means is getting the data in the door. And it turns out she's got options. And right off the bat, it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure. Does she want to dive deep and get her hands dirty with code, or is she feeling more of a visual, click-and-drag kind of vibe? And let me be super clear. There is no wrong answer here. It's all about picking the right tool for you and for the job. So let's say she picks path A, the code-first route. She'd fire up a Spark notebook, which looks just like this. And this is where she can really flex those skills she learned in school, using Python or Scala to have ultimate control over everything. Total flexibility. But what about path B? What if she just needs to get results fast? Well, then she could go for Dataflow Gen 2. This is a whole different world. It's totally visual. We're talking over 170 connectors, more than 300 built-in functions. You just click, connect, and go. It lets you focus on the problem, not the code. Okay, so Maya's figured out how to get data in. That's a huge win. But wait, remember the assignment? It said real time, and that's a different beast entirely. We're talking about data that's constantly flowing in, like a river. So let's up the difficulty a little. To handle that river of data, she'll use a tool called Fabric Event Streams. Now, this might look a little intimidating, but it's really just a few simple steps. You connect to where the data's coming from. Then, and this is super cool, you can transform the data as it's flying by without code. And finally, you just point it where it needs to go. See, one step at a time, totally doable. Now, let's talk about the part of the job that nobody really tells you about in school, but it's maybe the most important, debugging. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, writes perfect code the first time. The real skill is becoming a great detective when things break. Because let's be real, things are going to break. And that is 100% okay. It's expected. Hitting an error doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're engineering. Think of it less like a roadblock and more like a puzzle you get to solve. So where does our detective Maya start her investigation? Her first clue is right here in the Spark job graph. This is like a satellite map of her entire pipeline. It shows every single step the data takes from beginning to end. And the best part is, you don't have to be a genius to read it. Instead of scrolling through miles of text logs, you just look for the colors. Green? You're golden. Everything worked. But if you see red, well, that's it. X marks the spot. That's exactly where the problem is. And check this out. It gets even better. When she just hovers her mouse over that red box, the system doesn't just scream error at her. It actually gives her a hint, a clue to get her started on what went wrong. The platform is on your team. It's trying to help you win. For those really tricky problems, she can dig even deeper. There's this diagnosis tab that acts like a performance expert. It can automatically find weird issues like time skew, which is just a fancy way of saying the work wasn't spread out evenly. The tool just finds that for you, automatically. So being a great detective is a superpower for sure. But what if you had a side pick? What if the platform itself could be like a senior engineer looking over your shoulder and just making things better for you? Well, that's exactly what Spark AutoTune is. It's an AI-powered assistant you can turn on with a single click. It watches how your stuff runs, learns from it, and then automatically tweaks all those complicated settings behind the scenes to make things faster. It's pretty amazing. So after exploring the tools, choosing her path, and squashing a bug or two, Maya gets to have a really cool moment. And boom, there it is, a live dashboard with numbers and charts that are actually updating in real time, all powered by the pipeline that she built. She went from that nervous grad with the big, scary assignment to this, a real, tangible success. That's the feeling. That's that first week win. So when you boil it all down, what did we learn? 1, there's a tool for you whether you love code or would rather not touch it. 2, breaking stuff isn't failure, it's just called engineering, and the tools are there to help you fix it. And maybe the biggest one of all, you are not supposed to know everything on day one. Your job is to be curious and to learn. The truth is, you're walking in that door with more skills than you think, and with tools that are more powerful than ever before. That whole journey from graduate to pro, it just starts with one project, one problem to solve. So the only question left is, what problem are you going to solve first?